Welcome everybody to another episode of What Would I Do? This time we are talking about Shaco, or however you want to get the Demon Jester. But what I would do with Shaco, because I'll be honest with you, I love Shaco. He's one of my favorite champions, both conceptually and by just his design. I just love him. I love his playstyle. I love being a crazy, insane clown that disappears and before you know it, he backstabs you and you're dead. I like it. Not gonna lie. I like it a lot. In fact, one of my best games, and this was way back in Season 2, it was Shaco. I had over 50 kills, I had like 15, 20 deaths, and I had like 30 assists. And game was a bloodbath. And it was with Shaco. He was my favorite, he is one of my favorite characters, and I just really like Shaco. But that isn't to say that he isn't a good place right now, because he's not. Because the thing is, Shaco, if he's good, he's insane. Or he's bad, let's face it, he's bad right now. He's not the best right now. There's a lot that should be done with him. But what would I do? What would I personally do to Shaco? And, in my opinion, first off, I'd keep his Q. His Q is beautiful. I love it. I love the multiplier on it. I just love his Q. And I love his E. But honestly, the only things I would keep are his Q, and I would keep his ultimate. That's it. I would trash the W and I would trash the E. And this is what I do. First, keep the Q, leave it a blink, leave it an invisible stealth, and leave it as is. I'll be honest with you, leave it as is. Oh, I would also get rid of his passive, but I'll talk about his passive later. Second, for his ultimate, leave it as is again. Maybe increase the clone's damage a little bit. Other than that, leave it as is. Excuse me. So this is what I would be changing. His passive, because let's face it, backstab, although conceptually it's a great passive, it's not that good. 25% bonus damage when attacking from behind. Yeah, that's good, but it's so situational and it's honestly really hard to use correctly. Because if you're because it has such a narrow point of what you can get, it's so hard to proc sometimes. So what I would do is actually give him Talon's current passive, the plus 10% damage on slowed enemies. I would increase it to maybe 15%, but I'll be honest with you, that's what I would give him. I would give him Talon's current passive. It gives him a bonus every time he's against a slowed opponent, which his E already does. And it's just a better passive overall for Shaco. It gives him a little bit extra damage now, but didn't I just say I was going to get rid of his E and his W? I am, and I'll explain that in a minute. First off, his W, which is his Jack-in-the-Box, which, it's cool. Conceptually, it's cool. It's great for clearing the jungle. It actually does quite a bit of damage. It has a little feared mechanic, but it's almost impossible to set up. You can't place them in stealth. You used to, which was amazing, but you can't place them in stealth. They take forever to set up, and their fear is negligible. Like I said, it's designed only for clearing the jungle. So what I would do is give them brand new first brand new ability. Again, mostly for clearing the jungle, and it would still be like a Jack-in-the-Box, but instead of it being a little box that shoots, make it a Jack-in-the-Box that when it springs, it has a long fear like a Fiddlestick Fear at rank 5, and but it has like a timer like Jinx. It fears, so it scatters everything away. But if they stick around for like say for a second or two, like just a little bit longer than the fear lasts, it explodes into an AoE damage, dealing, I don't know, 200 damage plus scaling, something like that. Nothing major. It's really easy to get out of, but a fear real quick. And like I said, make it only fear neutral or minions. That's why that way when it springs on a champion, it doesn't fear them away. So if they stay fighting on the Jack in the Box, they'll take damage. Something like that. That still conceptually makes sense. Instead of it shooting, make it explode into knives or something like that. Like Shaco's current ult, something like that, but with less damage. His E, this is actually going to be the one that's a little bit less. First, I would get rid of the bonus to against the minions and monsters, because if you use the new W, you don't need it. Instead, keep the current setup where every auto attack slows your opponent, but leave it, maybe make it a little bit better slow. But it's active. It's active. You throw the knife like it is currently, and it marks them. And your next 3 basic auto attacks deal bonus damage, and on the third one it ignites or explodes or something trickstery, and dealing a percent amount of damage. Again, yeah, everyone gets the percent amount of damage, but it would make him a very powerful clearer on the jungle, and a very powerful ganker. You can only use it against champions too, so you don't have to worry about it. So because either then you have to decide between, do I want you slowed with my auto attacks, or do I want to do a lot of burst damage to you really quickly? It all depends. And like I said, that's pretty much it. That's what I would do. I would make his passive, Talon's current passive, his Q would remain the same, except maybe make it a little bit cheaper to use. His ultimate, I would remain the same, and just change his passive, his W, and his E. I think you would have a very powerful Shaco. Honestly, it's a complete redesign, but a good Shaco, still perfectly within the theme of it, and you have a lot of ways to adjust him. So if he gets out of hand, you could tone him back down. But that's what I would do with Shaco. Next week, I'm not sure what I'm going to talk about, but next week it'll be someone else. That's what I was doing with Shaco. I'm the creator, and I'll see you guys later.